Hey everyone, welcome back to Bachelor Happy Hour. I'm Joe.
And I'm Serena.
And we are here today to recap episode 3 of The Golden Bachelor, which I will say up off the top that Gary was, if that was he was the Golden Bachelor, then Mel is not he's not as old.
Well, I think that's fine for you to say because that's the truth.
I mean,
Gary was 71 and Mel is 66, but I would argue that Mel is a young 66.
But it does feel a little bit, am I wrong? And I could be, a little bit of a different speed, because I just remember like Gary's season and watching them play pickleball and being like, yeah, like this is the Golden Bachelor. Where now I'm like this is the Golden Bachelor, but it's like a hybrid between the Golden Bachelor and like Ari's season of The Bachelor. You know?
I mean, I think I said it last week. This feels less like grandma and grandpa and more like hot aunt and uncle vibes.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. That if you said that, then everything I said just disregard.
No, but I'm agreeing with you.
No, I know, but I'm saying that's the perfect explanation.
Yeah, I think
Example.
that it feels a little younger, a little spunkier. I feel like the first season of The Golden Bachelor specifically, they really were like pushing the fact that like these are senior citizens. Like these are people in their later
Not
years
all the women
of
felt
life.
that way, but
No.
Gary definitely felt that way.
Well, I think that the energy was supposed to be like, we're in our later years of life, but we still have so much life to live, and we're vibrant and we're energetic and we have amazing personalities and we're beautiful. And like, it was really like uplifting this group of women that go kind of unrepresented in media, and they're, 65, 70 plus. Whereas this group of women, season 2 of The Golden Bachelor, the vibe feels a lot different.
It's more like the Real Housewives.
It's giving way more Real Housewives to me. I totally agree. Yeah. I'm not against it. I just think it's like definitely
we're just calling it out.
A vibe shift that we have to call out.
Definitely a vibe shift.
Even from Joan's season. I feel like Joan's season felt really heavy and sad because it was a lot of discussion around people losing their spouses and what it means to be a widow. And this season, they've definitely like picked it up in terms of the moods are lighter and the stories are lighter.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Not saying that this group hasn't gone through stuff, but let's get into the episode. So we open up with a chat with Nicole. Mm-hmm. We see some of the women are kind of calling her out, just saying like, you guys making out in the pool in front of everyone was a little uncomfortable. And she basically says,
don't give a fuck.
You guys are prudes.
Yeah. Listen, I side more on Nicole's side on this because you have to do this show your way. And if that's going to piss other people off, so be it. But if you think that's the best chance you have to get what you want at the end, then go for it.
Yeah, it's just a strategy that we rarely see play out well. So I'm curious to see how it goes.
It never plays out well.
Yeah,
that is true.
Where my hesitation about the way she's moving comes from is like, okay, I get it. I see you. You're hot. This probably isn't going to work. You're not giving yourself the best chance, even though we'll see. I could be wrong. Maybe that's the love of his life.
I mean, yeah, it's also, it is, Mel is in his mid-60s, so you don't know. Like, it hasn't worked for the younger bachelors, but maybe the older bachelors like, yeah, this is what I need in my life.
Yeah, I need a little sex appeal.
Yeah.
I need a little pizzazz. So I am curious to see how that goes. Cindy is having a really hard time. She's not cool with sharing Mel.
She's been having a hard time from day one. Like, she's been like this. Her character on the show is that person.
Yes. It's funny because Nicole and Cindy are both archetypes that we see every single season. I feel like they've been resistant to bring those into the golden seasons, and this is the first time they're leaning into it, and I love it.
Well said. Yes. I couldn't agree more. That is exactly what's happening. Like that's why, like when Sydney is talking, I'm like, oh, I've seen you a million times.
Yeah.
On this
Hey,
show.
Cindy.
Yeah.
Welcome back. You
and
know,
Nicole, seen you a million
welcome
times.
back. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So the first date we have is the group date. It is a roast of Mel, and it's hosted by Jared Freed, who we absolutely love. He's been on this podcast multiple times. He's recapped hometowns with us. We've gone to see him at the Comedy Cellar in New York perform stand-up. I thought it was like great to have him come on.
Yeah, he was very fun.
He's like a good fit for a roast date. You know what I mean? Like I don't like it when they bring someone on to host a date that like has nothing to do with what the date is.
He was perfect.
He like aligns with the date. He's
Yes.
a comedian. They're doing a roast.
Yes, he was perfect. You could tell he got along with all the women. I'm sure he gave them some help, like some ideas. And it seemed, watching it seemed very light and like a fun, like everyone was having a good time. Usually on those roast dates, like someone's crying, someone leaves offended, but it seemed like everyone was having fun.
Yes. I don't think anyone took it too far to where it became uncomfortable.
Who do you consider the winner? Who would you have considered the winner?
I mean, I personally think Monica was, I mean, here's the thing. We're only seeing like a little bit of everyone's, but Monica went first and I was like, wait, 10 out of 10. These are so funny. These are great jokes. I thought her delivery, she was like relaxed and confident. She would be my winner.
Yeah, I liked hers, but I would say there was one joke that stood out above the rest.
Carol's?
Yeah, because she's the only one that went the other way on the Mel podcast shit. Like she's the only one when she was like, same. Like I also go for 40. I was like, yes, funny, original, best joke of the show.
It was good because everyone's obviously going to comment on the fact that we all know by now Mel went on a podcast and he said he only dates women that are like 40 years old. And everyone is going to make that joke about like, well, Mel, guess what? You're 66 too. Yeah. And like, blah, blah, blah. And they all did in their own ways and they were all funny. But for Carol to come on and be like, and you know what? Same. I also want a 40-year-old. You know what? So I thought that was really clever.
Really funny.
Yeah.
Really, really enjoyed that.
Nicole's was also very funny. She's very confident.
Nicole won the group date.
She won the group date. And then another standout I would say was Amy, who Jared basically was like, you sound like my mom. He goes to Mel, don't marry this woman.
Well, she was a standout because Jarrett made that. Yeah, when he goes,
because she just started
when he goes, don't marry this woman, that was funny.
It was funny because it's like the only reason he could get away with it is because he's comparing her to his mom, who he obviously loves. Like Jarrett, a lot of his stand-up is like poking fun at his mom. Yeah. But oh yeah, that was so funny. Amy is very much a character.
I'm actually sad to see Amy go because she was fun.
She
on
had
the
more
show.
Entertainment potential.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't think I ever saw her working out with Mel. They're just so different.
Yeah.
All right, so Nicole wins the group date. She ends up getting the night portion of the date, and she opens up about her 2 divorces. And she would love to get married again, have this one last till the end of her life. She's very, she takes a very like optimistic.
She's a free spirit.
She's such a free spirit. Well, I think she's a yoga instructor.
That makes total sense.
Yeah, she's got this like free spirit hippie vibe. I kind of love it.
She would make the perfect like yoga instructor on an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm. That's what she reminds me of.
Yeah, like I picture her out in the Hamptons, like by the water, teaching yoga.
Curb Your Enthusiasm's
okay,
LA,
well,
just
same but different.
Figured if you're gonna jump on my storyline, like let's be in the right area.
All right, yeah. I like that Nicole. I'm biased because I'm kind of like this too, but I am someone that's like, if I've got a question, like if I want to know about something about someone, like I'm not afraid to just like keep asking you questions. Like I am like a little relentless in that way. Maybe that's how I ended up being a podcast host. I like that she went in there and was like, I want to know about this guy's divorces. And he so clearly didn't want to talk about it and open up to her about it. And she basically just like continued to ask questions. Like the one word answers and like the kind of cold vibe was like not going to stop this girl from like getting some information about the ex-wife. And like, hats off. Like I thought she did a great job.
You don't feel like he shared all of it?
I think he gave the bare minimum to those questions.
Okay, listen. Like Grand Times.
Fatigue when you day. NatureSunshine.com. Marisa Abella, fan favorite.
68 milligrams radio pack to prevent ectopic pregnancy. Call 1-877.
The ones after that, you can stay on top of
that. Questions about your dating history and your family are going to be kind of like, I think that when you're accepting the role of...
Now, do you think that you think that's fair, or you think he should be sharing all of it?
On one hand, it is early. However, I think that when you're accepting the role of being the Bachelor or the Bachelorette, you're the lead of a dating show, and it is expected that questions about your dating history and your family are going to be kind of like at the forefront when these women are trying to get to know you and like who you are and like how you navigate relationships. I think even more so when you've been through a divorce. And I was a little disappointed by how little he gave and was willing to share. I totally understand not wanting to be disrespectful to your ex-wife and keeping your children in mind, but I felt like he could have definitely opened up more and been more vulnerable in that moment. I thought it was like surprising. I don't know if I've seen a lead be like basically like so resistant to talking about something that was so obviously going to be talked about.
Yeah, like I on one hand I agree with you. On another, I do feel like if in the back of his mind he knows that Nicole he's cutting eventually, like he knows like this is not my person, then I think he could give a little bit. Like I don't think he has to open up 100% about like his divorce or something that like he's reluctant to talk about because it's such a big thing. I think he could hold that information in for like, you know, the final three, whatever, like the women that he's actually considering marry. And then I do think they have the right to know. Yeah.
I don't disagree with that actually. So I'm curious now then to wait and see how he navigates the rest of the season and if we do see him open up more, because I do feel like we're on episode 3 and we're not getting a lot out of Mel.
Yeah, I mean, if it was, but like, you know, I'm a different person. Like, if that was me, like, you're hearing the whole story.
Totally.
Totally. You're hearing the whole thing. Serena, she was awful.
Joe.
She came home one day and she's like, that was it. And I was like, oh, you broke my heart.
That's like barely more than what Mel gave.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm making my shit up on the spot. That obviously didn't happen.
I'm with you. No, yeah, I think Mel is going to get more comfortable as the season goes on, as most leads do. I think he's maybe still finding his footing in the role a little bit. He's still finding his footing filming the show.
Also, we do have to give him a little slack. He's never been on the fucking show.
Totally.
Like they are now taking leads that have never participated in the show. So like if Mel would have went through Joan's season, he may be more vulnerable.
Yeah.
You know?
Totally.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we're in the warm-up round for Mel. I'm optimistic that we're going to see a little more vulnerability, a little more comfortability as the season goes on. But I think Nicole was a good person to like try to pull that out of him.
Yeah.
And moving on to the next date of the episode, we have our one-on-one date with Debbie, who you say every time we watch an episode that you think he's going to end up with Debbie.
I do.
You feel like really strongly about that from like night one. You've said that.
Yeah, I think that's the winner.
I mean, I don't disagree. I think there's a good chance.
I'm between like her and the woman that you love,
Peg.
Yeah, it's between those two in my opinion, and the third one would be Cindy. I don't know how I can't say it.
Your accent comes into play a little with that one.
It's a problem.
I think those are like a very obvious top 3 right now for sure. Like if those aren't the top 3,
I just think
I'll
he
be
really
shocked.
I think he really likes Debbie.
Yeah.
I think he really, really likes Debbie. And that's where I think he's going.
Yeah. I liked them together and I really like her too.
She talks about she's never been married. She's never tried on a wedding dress. Which if she makes it near the end, she's going to be trying on a wedding dress for
Well, I think
some
they have it
type
in
of
like the
date.
teaser that like next week they do like a wedding date or something, and she's like in a wedding dress for the first time.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel. Like, do you think that's sad? Do you think it's sad?
That she's never been married?
Yeah. 'Cause I don't
I don't know if I think it's sad necessarily, but I think that if it's something that she wants and she hasn't been able to have,
then it's sad.
Then that's sad, and I'm hopeful for her that she'll find that. You know what I mean? But it sounds like she went through a lot of her life having other things be the most important thing to her that necessarily weren't finding a partner and getting married.
Yeah.
It's not like, she's wanted this forever and it hasn't worked out. Like, it sounds like she had a very full life and that part just kind of slipped away and now she's looking for it. Which I think makes you like really want it for her. You know what I mean? Like, her story makes me be like, oh, like I would love for her to find love here.
There is something I'm rooting for someone to get something that they've always wanted and never have.
Yes.
The widow has experienced love and marriage.
Yeah.
Where someone that's never been married and has always wanted that has never had that experience in their life. So for me, I'm going to root for Debbie.
Okay, I actually think that makes sense.
Yeah.
I can totally, get that rationale for sure. They do a cooking date with Michelin star Chef Ludo, who I will say didn't play as big of a role as I thought he was going to.
Same.
I feel like a lot of it was just like Mel showing Debbie how to like crack an egg.
Yeah.
I also was a little disappointed that they went with a classic French omelet,
Well, I mean, they it's like a big thing in cookbooks and in all like chef movies that like
that's true.
The omelet is like if you want to test a good chef, like have them make an omelet.
What was the movie that we watched when we first got together about the Indian family who moves to France?
Yeah.
100-foot journey.
It's like 100 or 200-foot journey.
A couple 100 feet journey.
500.
Well, in that movie, that's the movie I think of because he makes like an omelet. That's like the big scene. Yeah. And then also in The Bear.
I was so excited to show you
the
that movie because I was like, I love food. You're Indian.
I know. I knew exactly why you were showing me the movie when you turned it on.
No, it's a good movie. It's a fun movie.
You know what? And I will say I love that it brings Indian culture and Indian cuisine into the movie. It actually was nice. I do like that movie. Okay. Moving on from Debbie, her date was great. We see, they have great conversation. They have great chemistry. I really feel like Mel is like locked in on her. There's like 100% a connection.
I agree. I think she has what Mel wants.
Yeah.
She was a workout instructor. She still is. I think she still is. He's very much like, I want to stay in shape. I want to work out. I played in the NFL. I think this is the perfect woman for Mel.
I also think if Mel is looking for someone that's going to be able to kind of blend into his life seamlessly, she would have a little more flexibility in terms of being able to move. Like, I don't believe she has any children. So, like,
where does she live?
I'm not sure if I'm being honest, but I would say logistically it might be easier.
Oh, definitely.
And I think that is in any relationship, but especially in the golden relationships, a big conversation that they have is like, can we make this work logistically? Where do we want to live? Who has kids? Who had grandkids? Where those people live in? Like, you got a lot of people to consider on the family trees with the Goldens relationships.
Agreed.
Debbie lives in Colorado.
Which is close. West Coast.
West Coast, yeah. So even if they wanted to do a little long distance, no biggie.
Yeah.
All right. Let's jump to the mansion. Kathy and Susan are gals from the Golden Bachelor Happy Hour podcast.
Yeah.
They made an appearance for a slumber party. Love them so much.
I don't think the Bachelor franchise has ever brought back the same two people as much as they have brought back Kathy and Susan.
Have they really made that many appearances?
Oh, yes. Yeah. I think so. Nothing wrong with it, but they love Kathy and Susan.
Yeah, I guess I would say out of all the Goldens, they've definitely been on the most. They've had the most screen time.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
But I thought this was super cute. They came in with PJs. They did a slumber party. All the women were so excited to see them. And we kind of saw them give advice. They had some one-on-one chats. Susan decided to give a strong piece of advice, a great piece of advice to a lot of the women. And all of these women seemed to really take it to heart, which was that they should just, take charge and not be afraid to be confident and basically kiss Mel. If you want to kiss him, just kiss him. Which inevitably leads to the rose ceremony started.
Yeah, but you were when she gave that advice, you were I don't know about that.
Well, I don't know about that because of what happens next, which is that every single woman basically lines up to plant one on Mel when he shows up at the cocktail party for the rose ceremony. I was like, girls, I don't think this is what Susan meant.
Yeah.
It was truly the weirdest kiss line I've ever seen. I was actually shocked. But I also just think that's where the golden season and the non-golden season differ. If The Bachelor came in episode 3, week 3, and everyone started kissing him in front of each other, that would just never happen. Whereas there's something about kissing on the golden seasons where it just seems more casual. I don't know. Am I onto something or so off base?
I truly think they show a shorter duration of the actual kiss
on the golden seasons.
Yeah, and I think,
but I'm talking in the common room, with all the couches, when he walked in. This isn't the one-on-one conversations where you're in having a private moment. This is hey Mel, here's your drink.
Yeah.
Hey Mel, good to see you.
Yeah, it's just what they're doing on this season.
I don't know. It really threw me off. Maybe I'm the only one.
Okay, listen. If you're even thinking about a vacation in Puerto Rico, theme party
You'll love to listen to nominated composer.
And as the moon envelops clots or certain cancers, to experience changes, visit Nexplanon.com.
Order what they need and set up auto ship at PetSmart.com.
Looking for excitement? Chumba.
But I was all right.
both seasons that you were on.
I don't know if I'm.
They honestly.
The Chumba life at ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
But I was all right. Susan told everyone to go for it, and they're going for it.
Yeah, they honestly, they don't have much time. It's you got to make your move because you get eliminated, and 4 people go home this week.
That's true. I guess I just I don't know. If I'm gonna have my first kiss with someone, I want it to be a bit more of a moment, and I want it to be private.
Yeah, but you also went pretty far on both seasons that you were on, so you got time. There's a lot of women and a lot of guys that go on the show that don't get much time, and
trying to make the most of
they try to make the most of it, and you end up just you're kind of throwing a Hail Mary out there, and maybe it works because if a lot of the contestants, if you end up just doing nothing, you are just going to go home.
Yeah.
And most likely your kiss isn't going to seal the deal anyways, but it could.
Right. It could get you another week, which then gets you enough time to make an impression.
And then maybe, you're a standout on the group date. And then next thing you know, you're top 3.
True. So we have the rose ceremony. The 2 standouts from the cocktail party, I would say, were Carol, who definitely got nervous and a little in her head, and she's definitely more shy. I don't think Mel is clicking as much with the shy women as he is with the more confident, I don't know, women that are more comfortable putting themselves out there, kind of I don't want to say carrying the conversation, but leading. He seems women that are leading.
I think there is a part of that is due to the fact that he's never been on the show.
Yeah,
I also think that there's a big part of that's probably just his personality and the type of woman that he likes. Mm-hmm. But I do think there's an element of it's really hard. This is difficult for me.
Yeah.
I'm being vulnerable, opening up. I'm the lead of this show. I've never done anything like this in my life. And then a woman steps in and takes control of the situation. He could finally be oh.
Yeah.
I could chill for a sec.
I do feel like the leads love nothing more than a contestant that's willing to lead.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, all right, I got a good 10 minutes and this person is going to take charge of the conversation and I can just be a passenger in this interaction. I don't have to actually like step into the leading role and carry our interaction here.
Yeah.
Like, you could even see to Carol, he like wants her to ask him questions so that he can just kind of like engage in like a call and response manner versus having to like comfort her and make her feel comfortable. I would imagine because in a way he doesn't really feel comfortable either.
Yeah, but eventually that's gonna get old. Eventually he's gonna have to switch it around because he's gonna have to start like I like a two-sided conversation, like most people should. But I do want to see like Nicole. Nicole asks him a hard question. About his divorce. I would prefer for him to answer and then be like, you've been married twice. What happened on that first marriage?
Yeah.
And then what happened on the second? Like let's have like a full conversation here.
Well, I think that's the hard part about watching these conversations back is they're so chopped down.
Yeah. No, I get that. And I know that is the case, but there is sometimes we see certain, with leads, there has been certain leads where sometimes it's just like about them.
Yeah.
And it's kind of all the whole season's really about them.
Yeah.
And within those conversations, and that gets boring to watch.
Yeah. You want to get to know the lead and you want to get to know the contestants through these interactions.
Yeah.
I think another standout was Cindy. I know that she's having a real hard time because she's fallen fast, but I actually do think they have a really strong connection.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
How?
Just, I think watching them interact, I think they have chemistry. I think he's very attracted to her.
Okay. I don't. That's the thing. I'm not really seeing a connection with anyone.
Really? Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it's early.
It's
not
early.
that early. I guess it's episode 3, but
Yeah. But I'm not really like, oh, they're like. I'm trying to think. Like here, like I'll use.
Charity and Dotton.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. Like they had a connection, and it was pretty evident, and it was early on, and you kind of saw it throughout. And I think he's like really into Debbie. I think she's into him, but I'm not like. And I think she's going to be the winner, but I'm not like.
Wow, like blown away.
Sold on their connection.
No
I'm not like
socks off.
look at the way these two are acting. Like no, I'm not seeing that yet. At least
Yeah, but I mean. I'm trying to think if we saw that with Gary. I think Gary was just a more like open soul than Mel is. So it was like a little bit easier to get a read on where he was at.
Gary and Mel are just
the most different.
So different.
The
Like
most
Gary was having a good time.
Oh my God, he was having the time of his freaking life.
The whole season was like Gary was like, this is like I'm having fun.
Yeah.
Like this is fun. And like all the women were having fun. And it was more
I know Mel keeps saying like I love to have fun, but I don't know if I see him having fun right now. I saw him having a little fun at the pool party. I thought that was when he seemed the most relaxed at the pool party.
Yeah.
Maybe we got to get this guy out of suits and we got to like send him to like a baseball game with one of these girls. Like maybe let's meet him where he feels comfortable because I feel like we're going to get better love stories, better connections once he is in his element. And I just, because he's never done this, I don't really see him feeling that way when he's like at a rose ceremony.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah. So then we have, 4 women go home. It's unfortunate, but people do have to go home. Anyone that you were shocked by?
Maybe Terry.
Terry was a good narrator. She was doing a lot of narrating.
She was doing a lot of interviews. Thought she was cool.
Yeah.
I liked her. I mean, I liked all of them. She would just be the only one that I thought maybe her and Mel had a bit of a connection over some of the other women that stayed.
Yeah.
And I really liked Monica B on the group date, but we didn't see much of her otherwise, unfortunately. What did you think of the teaser for next week before we close out here?
Teaser for next week. Great. See what happens. We see more stuff goes down with Nicole, which that's probably going to be majority of the season.
Mm-hmm.
We see her mention that she wants to be an influencer, which never really goes well on this show. Maybe people will take it differently because they are older. So maybe people will be like, yeah, like fucking go be an influencer. With her though, her saying that, as of now, I don't know how that actually goes down. We see a little clip of that, but I could see how it would rub a lot of people the wrong way because she is over the top at this point. Like, she is the one that's on top of him, kissing him, getting the screen time. Is she doing that purposely? Like, we don't know, but if she's trying to be an influencer, then I guess potentially.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard when I think she's already rubbing some of the girls the wrong way to then throw that out there on top of it. It's not going to get looked past.
Here's the thing. If you go on reality TV because you want to grow a social media following, cool.
Don't talk about it.
Just don't talk about it.
Don't talk about it.
Just
keep that shit to yourself.
Talk about it. You could want it. That could be, honestly, it could be your sole reason for being there.
Don't let a single person
don't tell
know.
anyone. Just don't say anything. Okay, that is an episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Bachelor Happy Hour. Make sure you download and subscribe to the podcast.
We will have new and exclusive interviews every single week. Thanks for listening. Bye.